falling down cooler闇へ but never going back touch 向かえどうして高く上げてなお大ボーナなんてもうグッバイ証拠にもなくファイナカマと Need another day I wanna know it from missing no more どこまでも抗ってこう今超えてく Also raise and break it up I'm not afraid, yeah, break it Give me the point, throw in the dark 自分の力に変え wipe out 今ねじ曲げる視線 I never fall I never ever care for them 今立ち向かう and I defeat myself I gotta go, ski myself, safe for back foot I gotta go, ski myself, see a suspect Time away from me, drop my shadow Smooth, let us set my tongue on this fix I can Nobody knows, gonna take in the flow Live fast for the
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video and we're here to talk about again Johnny Somali who's about to like experience karma again and the more I think about it by watching this clip, you know, let me get straight to the video. Looking at this clip, I think it goes back to Israel where he was harassing the female police officer. Even if a person happens to be a cop, of course people are gonna know what he did was wrong by the way she was treating her and stuff. Basically trying to like peer pressure her into a relationship while she's in the middle of a job. And yeah, we can all say that how much we don't like cops and for those who despise cops, but looking at the situation, Johnny Somali definitely here was not the victim, even in this scenario right now as we see. So this is just karma coming back to haunt him again. And even if there may be people who might not like cops, because the people that I don't want to judge, but they kind of look like the type of people who despise police, who despise law enforcement. But I think once they found out about that incident, they decided to take action against him. Let's go to the clip. So I assume this is like on Twitch or whatever, or X. But here's the video clip where she's providing the proof, and he's now all of a sudden he's claiming he's the victim. And it says that he was robbed, jumped, beaten Israel. Obviously they're not going to show like the full extent, but it's just him being followed, which will make it a lot more easier for you guys to understand like the repercussions that he's facing, because he definitely needs to face them. And he considering how much he endured, I'm just surprised he's still going through with this. I'm surprised he's still trying to follow through with being Johnny Somali and the persona that he carries with him. But if you're gonna carry yourself as Johnny Somali, you shouldn't have a problem like getting backlash. You should be able to face the punishment, and also you gotta face all the type of backlash you're gonna get because he brought upon himself, and there's no sympathy coming from him. Yes, you shouldn't wish abuse on somebody or them being neglected, but throughout the amount of times that he's been doing this, countless like scenarios, countless footage of him going out of his way and being a nuisance and disturbing the peace, what is there to expect? People aren't gonna forget who you are, dude. Like, you're just gonna have to just move on and do something better in life, and go out, rather than going out and doing live streams, because if anything, it's just tainting your name. It's making you look even worse, because anybody who hears Johnny Somali is just that name is already tainted. I wouldn't even ride along with that person whatsoever. And you have his cameraman still going with them, right? And he's gonna have to. He's literally, Johnny Somali's literally bringing his cameraman down with him. That's what happens when you associate with somebody like that, who's in it for the clout, who has no shame. Those are the repercussions that they're gonna face, and there's no backtracking everything, saying, "Oh, I'm just a cameraman. I'm getting paid doing this. This is my only option." And you could tell they snatched the camera, man. They literally snatched the camera too. I could fully tell from that clip. But this is all the repercussions he has to face, and it still doesn't amount to anything. He doesn't try to like grasp reality and try to like learn to become a decent, civilized human being. Johnny Smalley at this point is just a clown. He's just a goof on the street whose only like worth is attention. And by his smirk, from the amount of smirking, from his like condescending behavior, as well as his nonchalant behavior, that comes with all the trouble that he's caused in the past. And we're not gonna look back and say and then go into the future and say, oh, he's a different person. People need to move forward. Yes, people need to move forward, but people need to set an example out of him. And it's like he's basically I wouldn't say he's a ticking time bomb. He's not a ticking time bomb in my opinion. He's more of a punching bag. It's like he expects people to like just like accept that it's a prank. And here's the proof of the Israel female officer that was being harassed. And even though for those like, even if regardless whether you don't like police officers or not, like he had no right approaching her that way and disrespecting her in that type of manner. Because like people can go their different ways and talk about how much they don't trust police and stuff, but no one should have to go through that, even if they don't have a badge. And basically telling her to quit her job, especially in the middle of a job too. But it's like whatever it's gonna take. Like, what is it gonna like? And I don't need to ask what does it need to take to put Johnny Smalley in his place. If anything, it's either he goes to jail for the rest of his life, or the worst part, I don't want to say it so that YouTube doesn't take action, but it's probably leave this earth. And I'm just 100% being honest. I'm not trying to be cruel or mean. Even if I have to, I just gotta say it for what it is. That's the only option for him. If we don't have to hear or see of him, and then you don't want to be annoyed, harassed by him, those are the only two things that has to happen if we want to avoid having to experience what Johnny Smalley is making people go through. So, dude may be a ticking time bomb, but I've seen worse. That's what I'm trying to say, right? But I'd say he's more of a punching bag, because he's expecting someone to hit him so that he could somehow benefit by pressing charges. Dude's just a literal snitch and a coward. I would hate to be in his position. I would hate to wear his shoes, to be in his footsteps. I'm glad I'm not him either way, because I'm able to enjoy whatever I can in life and not be judged for who I am. And it just goes to show, like, this is gonna be his legacy for the entirety, and it will not die unless he grows old to the point where people might not remember him, or when he decides to quit and never continue to live stream. Because that's our best bet, you guys. But for him, the audacity for him to claim that he's being harassed and stuff, that people don't have the right to approach him and stuff. But yeah, he's doing the same thing, even if he is not as aggressive. He may not be as tough. He's basically a wimp compared to the people approaching him. But that's what's to be expected when you go out of your way and bother people. There's people who are going to recognize you and decide to take action into their hands and put you in your place. And that's what people look forward to do to this guy, as well as me, and I'm not the only one. But when push comes to shove, Johnny Somali says that he's brought this all on upon himself, that he has no one else to blame, and if I'm wondering whether he would want to take everything back, I'm pretty sure he doesn't, because look at where it's getting him at this point, because he feels it's making him money. He feels that's his, and I want to say one last thing. I feel like he's only making these type of videos because that's probably his only purpose on social media. That's the only way he can actually bring attention, and that's just very sad to know that your only value is to come and be a nuisance and try to make people feel miserable and try to trigger people as much as you can for you to be relevant. That's not something I'd hope for myself. I would rather be remembered as someone good and recognize me for my greatness and what I'm capable of, and have value in life and be noted as worthy, in which Johnny Somali isn't. But again, I feel like I said enough for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications. Comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.